Hello guys and welcome back to Big Brother, and today we are going to be talking all things over the last 2 days. I gotta be honest, it's not been a very interesting 2 days. The last week, bless them, they've tried to make it interesting. However, they've gone about it in all the wrong ways. Like, come on, what do you mean we started this week with 9 people and we're now, like, 2 days away from the finale, we've got 6. We have 3 evictions over the last 2 days. That's crazy. That's craziness. Well, over the last 3 days, but technically over 2 days, let's be honest. So, yes, we're going to be talking all things eviction, all things fan mail, all things letters from home. I don't know what they're going to be doing in Thursday's episode, which is tonight, but tomorrow's the finale, and it seems like they usually do letters from home the day before the finale. But they did it 2 days before the finale, so now I'm a little bit concerned what's going to happen in this episode. I swear to God, if it's another Marcello campaign episode. They're really trying to get Marcello to win, and I'm not having it. I'm not having it at all. So we're going to start with the stupid fan mail task. I don't know why we've had multiple tasks this week that have centered around Marcello. It really does feel like ITV have worked out that Ali is going to win by the voting figures and is therefore trying to boost Marcello in some way. It's a little conspiracy theory, I know, but I do just feel like there's something weird going on with the way that they've been including Marcello this week. I mean, it's just odd. Do you not feel? Do you not feel like they're making a big deal out of Marcello, like a lot more than they used to? It makes it seem like he's going to be second, and he's second in the voting. But I just don't think he should win. I don't think he should win. There's just too many things he's done this series that have made him look like an absolute cock. Like, do you not remember in week 1 when, if there hadn't have been that footage in the smoking area, he could have done some serious damage to Ali by accusing her of like, oh yeah, you were kissing me, ha ha ha. Not funny. It's just not funny. But anyway, the fan mail, he had to write fan mail for people, for everyone in the house. And of course, all of them, bar Ali's actually. I think Ali's was the only one that wasn't like overtly sexual. But when he was writing it, he was just like dissing her, and I was like, why have you got to be nasty to her? Why? Like, oh, it's just so unnecessary. But anyway, he did the fan mail, everyone read it out, and it was the most sort of like boring waste of our time, because it was just like, oh, Thomas, I want to nibble on your hand that isn't there. Oh, Emma, I want to lick those flaps. It was like, ugh, it was just so stupid at the end of the day. It was ridiculous. It wasn't quite words to that effect, but it was very, very sexual for the majority of them. And I just didn't really appreciate that. I found it humorous for like the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one I was like, oh, I'm seeing a theme now. And then by the time the fourth one rolled around, I was like, really? But fortunately, they didn't guess that it was actually real fan mail, or they didn't guess that it wasn't real fan mail. And so they got an absolute treat, which was listening to Marcello's song. And I think song is a very kind word, because it was just like notes being played in the background whilst Marcello mumbled some words like, oh yeah, yeah, man, yeah, in, yeah. It was like so shit, honestly. For someone that claims to be a musician, I think you shouldn't quit your day job, bestie. Go back to teaching them kids, you know. But yeah, honestly, it was just an absolute fucking waste of my time. And it pissed me off because I love watching Big Brother. And I'm usually the first one to be like, oh, I don't mind when they do tasks. Like, it's not the end of the world. Sometimes they're really entertaining. This one was just literally Marcello fan service. And I've had enough. So what else was there to talk about in that episode? Nothing. Let's talk about the vault and who went home. So, essentially, Big Brother, and I would like to believe that it wasn't done in this way, but I have a feeling it was. But Big Brother told Nathan, Shegan, Thomas, and Sarah to stand up and go to the vault. And they were told that 2 of them would be going home. And it kind of exposed that potentially they are the bottom 4 and the ones who remain were the top 4. Now, if I was Big Brother, I would probably want to put 2 people who were really safe, maybe Emma and Hannah, in there along with the 2 people who are going home. And maybe that would have made it easier, I don't know, but I feel like it would have just made it less apparent to us as the audience that they're the top 4, they're the bottom 4, especially when we're in a vote to win for the eviction. Do you know what I mean? It just felt a little bit mishandled. But then again, this whole last week of Big Brother has been mishandled. They've done such a good job weeks 1 to 5, and then like week 6, the ball has been dropped so spectacularly, and I don't know why it's been dropped. Why are we taking money away from the prize fund? Why? What's going on there? Anyway, in fact, that was another thing about this challenge. They were told, the people who weren't in the vault, that they had to correctly identify the 2 people going home. And I was like, okay, what's the punishment? Oh, if you get one of them wrong, then you lose 10k off the prize fund. Huh? Excuse me? What is this? It should be if you get it right, you get the extra 10k back up. That should be what it was. Not let's take away another 10 grand. They're already at 90k because Shegga nicked 10 quid of it. 10,000 quid of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm so upset and angry with Big Brother at the moment because I try my best to defend the choices made sometimes. Sometimes I can't, like this, but sometimes I can. Like when they were doing the double trouble, I was like, that's such a great twist. Head of household, I think it was a great twist. Sometimes executed poorly. I think there's been some good twists this series. It's just the fact that this final twist with the vault, absolutely shit. I like the idea of having the vault as a way to evict people, but in the last episode, that was a shit twist. I'm sorry, it was awful. And also, I'm not being funny, but you've got the people on site to do an eviction. Have AJ or Will come into the house and be like, yo guys, time to go. What, you did it last series with Jenkin and Tom, and that was one of the best moments of the series when they were all in the jails and it was revealed they were going home. That was genuinely one of the best moments of the entire show. And yet, you just decided to just be like, oh, okay, they're just going to walk out a door. Bye. Bye. Okay, goodbye. Yeah. So, Marcello and Hannah and Ali and Emma, they correctly guessed that it was Thomas and Sarah who were going to leave. I'm not surprised that Thomas and Sarah were the least voted. I thought it would be Thomas and Sheggan. But I am kind of glad Sheggan's still here. I do like Sheggan and I do find him more entertaining than Sarah sometimes. I find Sarah just a little bit jarring. Her voice can be a bit... But then, like, sometimes I do really like her. I just think sometimes she just thinks before... She doesn't think before she speaks, and it is jarring sometimes. But then I have that issue, so I can't really talk too much on that. I can't lie. And Thomas, I mean, I completely forgot he was there, I'll be honest. Like, there's been so many moments in the series where he's popped up, and I've been like, fuck, I completely forgot you were even on this show. Like, I genuinely didn't even remember you being here, so what's going on here? But anyway, that is it for that episode. Literally nothing interesting happened. We're going to move on to the next episode where we've got even more non-interesting things to talk to. Honestly, why are you guys watching this video? What are you doing here? So it's time to talk about the letters from home. And I've said before that I like when they twist letters from home and make them more interesting. However, this was the wrong twist to make. This was the wrong thing to do. The good twist was what they did last year, where they had, oh, lovely letter from home, lovely letter from home, lovely letter from home. Matt, you've been evicted. That was brilliant. That was genuinely 10 out of 10 drama. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. This time, the phone went off when Hannah was near it, so Hannah picked it up, and Hannah was told to pick someone from the group to come with her to the vault, so she picked Marcello. Again, I was like, why are we picking Marcello for another, like, position of power? I just really don't like him. I'm sorry, guys, if you like him, but, like, I just cannot stand him. I really just don't enjoy him. Then they went into there and they were deciding on who they should give coins to in order to hear the whole of the message. They've already got their coins, but they had to split 5 coins between 4 people. So that means one person could get 2 coins on theirs, and then everyone else would have 1, or they could divvy it up so that multiple people had 2, but someone had to miss out. The way Hannah had it was 1 coin on Nathan, 2 on Sheggan, 2 on Emma, and then none on Ali. And I looked at her and I was like, and she was like, oh, but she had a message from home, like, etc., etc. And I was like, she did, but it was mistranslated for one. Lily did not deliver everything she needed to. And also, Ali wasn't the one hearing it. She just got a message. Do you know what I mean? It was like Chinese whispers. So I feel like that wasn't fair. And then, in a rather interesting twist, Marcello decided to back Ali and was like, no, I think we should give her one. And I sat there, and my cynical little brain went, he's doing this because he knows she's popular. And if they don't give her anything, then that's going to make her even more popular with the public. And therefore, I'm probably not going to win. Marcello's playing to win, guys. I don't know if you've noticed this, but he is playing to win. That's why he didn't take Khaled down. And that's why he kept Thomas. Because he knew that if Khaled happened to go home in an eviction, that means that he would probably have a better chance of winning. Whereas with Thomas, he knew he could easily beat. So I just have this sneaking suspicion that he is being a lot more tactical than we think he is. Like with the vault, he knew he went immediately, I think it's going to be Thomas and Sarah. He didn't even like break a sweat. And both of those people are two of his favourite people in the house. He's tapped in. He knows who's going to be popular with the public. He knows. It was literally just the way he went, I think it's going to be Thomas and Sarah. And I was like, but they're your two closest people in this house. Or two of your closest people in the house. Nathan isn't. And neither is, what's his face? Shegan. Well, Shegan kind of. But Nathan, not so much. I was expecting, like, Nathan to go, if I'm being honest, over Sarah, potentially. But he's clued in, and you guys don't realise it. So the letters from home were actually very interesting. There was a moment where Ali heard that, oh, actually, you were right about your suspicions about the message you received. Lily did mistranslate. And Ali was like, oh, I knew it. Of course you guys don't love Shegan unconditionally. You probably love Lily unconditionally, let's be honest, but like, oh, whatever. But that was really funny. And then Hannah received a message from her gal pals, and they were like, yo, don't trust Shegan. Shegan's playing you. Two sides of a coin. And I was like, raw. I didn't expect that. But like, did it stir things up? Absolutely. Because Hannah was like, Shegs, what's going on here? What's happening? What's hip and happening up in this here establishment? Yeah, honestly, caught me off guard. Very, very interesting. Very, very chaotic. Very, very fun. But that did lead to a very awkward encounter with Shegan. Now, the issue with Shegan is, and this is exactly what Ali has accused him of doing, and I'm so glad that it's like now being exposed, because like it has been bugging me for a while, but he kind of projects the fact that he's flirting with Hannah onto Hannah to make it seem like Hannah's doing all the flirting, and he's just like, ooh, couldn't possibly be me. Like, do you remember that conversation he had with Khaled, where he was like, yo, Hannah's just laying on thick, and like, I don't want any of it. But then he's like happy to have his feet massaged and happy to be like proposing to her or fake proposing. Like, what's going on? Get your signals straight. I don't think you're going to have that girl when you come out, because she's seeing you how you're doing it with Hannah on the TV and it's all kiki kai kai kai. No, absolutely not. And obviously, Shegan's like, I don't think I've said anything bad about you. I don't think he said anything bad about her. I just think it's the way he behaves and the way he interacts with her and then the way he, like, denies it behind her back. I think that's the issue that I'm currently facing with him. But it is what it is. There's not really much you can do about that. So, we've only got one more thing to talk about, and that is funny, iconic moments. I really only have one iconic moment from these two episodes. Honestly, they've been kind of boring. They haven't been that interesting to watch. I've been sat on my phone throughout the majority of them doing puzzles. But my one funny moment was definitely when Nathan and Emma were in the diary room and he got his feet out and Big Brother said, Nathan, get your trotters away from my camera. That was hysterical. I kind of like the fact that Big Brother's a little bit comedic at times. I think it does just add a little bit of, like, a little bit extra entertainment to the show. I like that there's a little bit of banter there. I always feel like Big Brother can be a little bit too serious when it's, like, at times it still needs to be lighthearted and, like, enjoyable to watch. It shouldn't be depressing all the time, do you know what I mean? But that is it for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to vote for Ali, because obviously we want to crown the witch. And yeah, thank you guys very, very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I have already said that, so I'll see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.